So as you know, I turned 30 this year, and to celebrate such a monumentous occasion, I wanted to get myself something special, and I was going to do my Fendi MTO, but Fendi put the kibosh on that, okay? They cannot come to the plate. Very disappointing, Fendi, very disappointing. So I had to explore other avenues, and I finally found something and have purchased it, and today I'm going to be showing it to all of you, so you're welcome. But this is a very special piece, and it's something that, yeah, I'll show you in a sec, you'll see, and then I can tell the story time after. But firstly, if you are new here, my name is Connor, and on my channel I like to talk about all things luxury, so if that's something you're into, I'd love it if you could hit the subscribe button and the bell button so you're notified when I bring out new videos, and if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. So the jewellery that I purchased is from this luxury Danish brand, which apparently you say the first name as Georg. I'm not saying Georg, okay? And like in, you know, Western English we would say George, but there's no E, so you'd maybe say Georg, but it's Georg because it's Danish, okay? I'm just calling it Georg Jetson because that's a lot cuter.
George Jetson.
But anyways, enough of me trying to ruin the Danish culture. This little box here contains said item, which I had purchased a few days ago. Well, I went in and tried it on. They ordered in my size and it came in this week. So we'll do the unboxing together and then we can go through the story time. Oh, pretty ribbon. Woohoo. Comes in this little box. Ooh. And then there's another box. Geez, like babushka dolls. Are you guys ready? Ooh. I want to have a look at it first again. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Alright guys, I'll show you now. Is it focusing? Oh, this is a good way to do it. So this is the fusion ring in 18 karat white gold with the pave diamond cloud bubble burst things, whatever they call it. Can do the full 360 on this rotisserie. Oh my god, look how pretty this is. Right, so I'm gonna put it on my finger. So this is the finger that I got it for, my European wedding finger. Oh my god, it looks even better on me. So yeah, this is the fusion ring. Now, if you're familiar with this style of ring, this is obviously incredibly synonymous with this brand, and it's pretty much designed with the intention of stacking it. So there's lots of different variations of this style of ring. There's rose gold, yellow gold, and white gold like this one's in, and then there are, you know, a litany of other combinations. They've got like ceramic inlays, they've got like full pave diamonds, they've got just, you know, normal, no diamond, just the normal golds. Lots of different options, and I think they are so unique. This one, sorry, I'm having a bit of a fallen in love with myself moment, I can't stop looking at it. But this one is the AB end, so because there's a lot of different shapes and variations that you can, you know, stack this one with. Mine is the AB end, and yeah, it's in 18 karat white gold, and then it's got the little pave diamonds set in there. This one, when I originally went in, I was looking at the rose gold because I really like the rose gold with the diamonds. But when I tried it on, their rose gold looked a bit too like brassy on me, and it just didn't sit well on my skin tone. And then I'm not really a yellow gold person. It probably might have looked good, but I was just more drawn to the white gold considering so many of my bags are palladium hardware, and it just looks a little bit more fresh against my fingies. But guys, I just can't stop looking at it. I'm so happy. Look how pretty. And then just also in the bag comes with the proof of purchase, and there's a care card in there as well. And then she also just gave me like a little travel bag that I can put the ring in if I want to keep it safe when I travel. So what drew me to this ring was, over the past maybe 18 months, I've been looking at rings. I went into Chaumet, but we all know what happened with that fiasco. And then I also went into, where was I with? I was with Dale, we went into Bulgari and we looked at some other rings. And because Dale's such a jewellery enthusiast and she's got a lot of rings, so she's got a lot of expertise in, you know, like adding pieces over time, and when you buy something, thinking about, well, if you were to add something later on, how would it work? What finger would you wear it on? And that sort of thing. So when we were in Bulgari, she kind of had that mindset, which is a very clever person to go jewellery shopping with. Also a very dangerous person to go jewellery shopping with, because she's got half a volt on her fingers. And anyways, when we were looking there, we found one that was in rose gold that I did like, but I'm very like, I know if I like something straight away, and if I really liked it, I probably would have just gotten it then or within that week. And I was just kind of like, oh yeah, they all just looked a bit engagement ringy, like very plain bands, and there was nothing that was special enough for me to be like, oh, this is really special. So anyways, every now and then I'll look at other places, and you know, if anything ever came up, you know, I would have thought more harder about it, but yeah, just nothing really came up. And then when I went to Sydney for Taylor Swift, I caught up with Meredith the day after, I think. Yes, on my birthday. And then we were looking in Westfield, and we happened to go into this shop because she wanted to have a quick look. And then it reminded me of this brand, because I got a lot of homewares from them, but you know, no jewellery. Sorry, if I keep looking down, I'm looking at the ring because I'm blinded. Yeah, so anyways, and I re-saw the design in there, and it kept that kind of, that little remember me in my mind. And then I just never had a chance to go into the actual shop in Brisbane, and I'd walk past it and I could never be bothered. And then when I was in Europe, I thought, oh, I'll have a look while I'm over there, because you know how shopping for like shops like that over in another country, it's just easier because you don't need to do all like the little small talk. And they don't have any stores in Paris. I think I looked quickly on like a store locator, and I'm pretty sure they only had stores in like Denmark and maybe the UK. I couldn't see any in France or Belgium, because that's where I was also going. So anyways, I thought, oh, whatever, I'll just look when I'm back in Australia. And I did. So last weekend I went in, finally had a look at it, and yeah, it was just a very beautiful piece, and I fell in love. I think as well, the photos that they use online for it don't really do it a lot of justice, just because they look really, I don't know if it's the models that they use are really chunky. Sorry, I don't know if the models they use have really thin, skinny fingers, so the rings look really chunky on them, because I don't have overly thick fingers. Like mine are pretty more on the longer, thinner side than the shorter, thicker side. So I can't wear stuff that is too thick, because it makes my fingers look like it just doesn't complement the shape. But this is pretty complementary, I would say. Like, it's very thin but substantial at the same time. So I was just a bit like, I don't know if they're, when they're adding the rings on, or when they Photoshop it, or whatever they do in the marketing, I just think that they could do a little bit better to make the rings look better on the model's fingers. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, I was kind of like, oh, is it going to be too chunky on my fingers? But no, I really love it. It just suits it perfectly. And it's just a great way to bring in 30 with a bit of jewellery. Now, my intentions for adding pieces later down the track, the price points of these are quite generous for what you actually get when you're comparing it to other brands. Now, obviously, it's a different kind of brand. I can't really compare it to like Cartier or Bulgari or that sort of thing. But if you're looking at that kind of style, a piece like this, if you were to get it from Bulgari with no diamonds, just like a band like this, you'd be looking at about $3,500 to $4,000, and at Cartier probably, yeah, the same sort of thing. I can't remember what a love ring is, but I'm assuming the regular size bands are probably in the mid 3,000s to 4,000s in Australian dollars. Now this was 3,300 Australian dollars. I think the plain band like this with no diamonds is $2,500 or maybe $2,300 or something like that. So in terms of, you know, a luxury jewellery brand, you're getting a lot more value for what you're buying. And then even if you're looking at like the full pave band version of this ring, that's only like $6,500 or 6,600, something like that, which again, at Cartier, that's sort of equivalent. You'd be looking at like, I don't know, $20,000. So yeah, it's definitely, the price point is a lot more approachable, especially if you're not sure if something's going to work for you. And we all know fine jewellery from, you know, any brand, especially the luxury brands, it's something that you're buying a piece of the brand. You know, you're not getting your value for money at all in terms of just the materials, but that's not what we buy it for, right? But yeah, it was definitely a lot more, I was surprised by the price point. But yeah, in terms of adding stuff later down the track, I would probably like to get like the middle stacker that would go onto this. I kind of love, I'll just take it off. What I love a lot about this is it's kind of on one end of the ring, it's very cylindrical and perfect. And then on the opposite side, obviously, it's kind of got like this fusion wave design, as they call it. So it's like perfect on one side, rough around the edges on the other side. I love that. I love that it's not, you know, fully symmetrical. And then if I were to add another one, I would get the middle version, which would have the same roughness on both sides. So when it would connect and fit into this piece, it would still have like the rough around the edges bit on the other side. I really like the full pave band. I did try that on in the size lower than what I required, and I love the way that that looked. Or even if I got a rose gold one to like mixed metals, oh no, outrage from you all. Or they've got so many different variations, or even just the plain white gold one would look nice just contrasting against that. Yeah, but it's definitely something I can add to. Or even if I just got something for like my this finger, is that index finger? This finger or the middle finger, they don't even have to match. Like, there's lots of different possibilities. But now that I know my size and I know that I love this style, buying it will be a lot more easier because you don't have to go through that thought process. But yeah, I feel like I'm talking a lot about a ring, but you know, I'm just trying to give you all the information because there's not a lot of it out there. I did share this on my Instagram story, like me trying on what they did have in store before this one came in, and I put like emojis of like the diamond emoji over the ring so you couldn't see it, and a few of you little detectives figured it out where it was, and I was like trying to be strategic in the photo to kind of remove any you know, branding or anything just in case. But now a few of you very smart, you figured it out. But yeah, I'm so happy. It's such a beautiful piece. I'll put the ring back on the little holder thing, and I'll go through the specs with you just in case you're wondering. So it's 18 karat white gold, and it is rhodium plated as well, so it's got that shine to it. And then the diamonds that are set in these little bubble things, I think in total, I don't know, it's like 0.20 of a carat or something. You know, I wasn't buying the Hope diamond, but but yeah, it's just the perfect kind of, it offsets the design, I think. It's really pretty. I think in these bubbles, in this like top one here, there's like 4 little diamonds, and then on this bigger bubble, there's like, I don't know if you can even see because I can barely see it with my eyes. There's like a bigger one, and then there's like one in the middle, and then there's other ones. But yeah, in the sun, it just sparkles because that's why we love diamonds. Oh, and also the size of this ring for myself, I'm a 59. With all of the brands where I've tried on rings so far, I've either been a 60 or a 61, but this is a 59 and that fits me perfectly. I can never figure out what they measure the sizes in. I don't know if it's like the diameter or the circumference or inches or centimeters. I can't remember, but I'm a 59. Yeah. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you do have any questions or thoughts or anything about it, just let me know. There's not a lot of information out there. I don't see a lot of, you know, like unboxings or anything on this brand, and I don't see a lot of social media posts on it. So if you do have any questions, please let me know and I'll be happy to answer anything you may have. But thank you so much for watching. Please give this video the thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all very shortly. Bye!